short version of Fire Dragon Friday, guys. I hope you guys are doing great out there. I am exhausted today. Have honestly been feeling almost like maybe I'm getting a little sick. I'm not real sure. So I'm just really going to take it easy tonight, and I'm just going to do one reading for the collective instead of sitting and doing all 12 of our signs like I usually do. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Usually this is our love and romance day because this is a Friday, which is a Venus ruled day. So that is always why if you're doing love rituals or any kind of relationship work, it's always good to do it on a Friday. So guys, if you haven't yet done so, please do reach out there, hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family. Would love to have you as part of the group. And also be sure to give it a dragon claw up. Click that like button. Let me know you enjoy the content here. I will be doing one main collective reading tonight, and then I'm going to be opening it up for personal readings. So those come with a minimum $10 donation. And yes, if you donate a little bit more, I will do a longer reading for you. If you want, 2 questions or more than that. So just let me know. Oh, thank you, everyone. Hey there, Sherry, Indigo, and great to see Moonchild in here, guys. I'm just not feeling very good today. I'm very, very tired. I'm having a lot of pain. I'm PMSing big time, and among other things. And so I'm not going to be doing the all 12 of the readings like I usually do for each of the signs. I'm just going to do one big collective reading. And then I will be opening it up for as many personal reading questions as I can energetically handle after that. So if you're interested in doing that, make sure you get on the list. And if you are donating by PayPal, that link is in the description box down below. If you're doing a super chat on YouTube to donate, that will automatically pop up on the screen and I will see it and can add you to the list. So if you want a personal question answered tonight, I will be doing those after the collective reading for a $10 minimum donation. So yeah, no, and I do, guys. I take care of myself the best I can, but the fact is I have like 3 jobs and I'm a Capricorn, so I work all the time, and I have a lot going on. I do. I have a lot going on, and sometimes taking on, the channel and the lives, it's more than I can really handle physically because it's just too much. So, I've had to tell people like, I don't know how much longer I'll be doing as many lives as I have been. I don't know. I just gotta wait and see because, I don't make very much on these. I've been very blunt with people lately on this, and I think a lot of readers don't want to mention it because they don't want to be like needy or whatever, but the facts are, like the last live I did, I had no donations and I made 40 cents from YouTube for that. So it's just, and it's a lot of energy and I love doing it. I love doing it. It's not that I don't love doing it. I feel like, we had a great night, but I have my bread and butter job, which is my eBay store. And I hate to tell you, I make a lot more doing that than doing this on the whole. So it's just a matter of practicality sometimes. But that's the way that goes. That's the way that cookie crumbles and all that. Yeah, I'm having a lot of allergies, a lot of pain in my neck. I could sit here and complain about all my stuff, but I don't really feel like it. I don't want to do that. So let's just go ahead and get into this. I'm going to spray some holy water. I'm not going to burn sage and sweetgrass tonight, guys, because my allergies are absolutely driving me crazy. I've had watery eyes and nose all day long, so I'm not going to burn stuff tonight. I'm sorry, but I will be doing my tuning forks. Anyone interested in my eBay store that is actually, I put that link in the About Me section of my YouTube account. So if you, on my main page, my main channel page where you can see the Dragon Tail Tarot banner, They have the little names, you know, you have your different stuff, community, tabs, all that. It's in the About Me. And I've got my link to my store. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've got people asking for personal reads, and it's like, you know, sometimes it really is a choice between coming and doing a live and taking the personals. I'm always going to take the personals, you know. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. All right, guys, let's look at the astrology for the week. Let's take a peek at that first, because it's always interesting to me. If it's interesting to you, then double bonus. All right, guys. So we start our week out here with the sun in Libra. There it is, right at the midpoint. We're right halfway in Libra season, 15 degrees. So we're right in the middle. Um, and there you go. It's sitting right next to Mars this week, and right next to Mercury as well. Mercury, of course, is still in retrograde, and all of them are in Libra. There's our little symbol for Libra, the sign of the scales. And so I would say this week could be very aggressive, but very passive aggressive too. Because when Mars is in Libra, you know, Mars is our aggression. It rules Aries. It's the planet of war, right? The god of war. It's assertive, it's aggressive, it's impulsive, it gets angry fast. It gets over it fast too, though, right? That's the interesting thing about Mars and Aries. It gets mad, but it doesn't really hold a grudge. You know, it puts it aside pretty quickly once it's yelled about it. So that's why Mars is not well expressed in the sign of Libra. It doesn't do well there because Mars is assertive, Libra is not. Libra would much rather work things out peacefully and diplomatically. It really looks for the balance, right? It looks for the balance. Now, the interesting thing about Libra, though, is that they're not all passive, right? And sometimes, because you know Lady Justice, she carries the you know, scales of balance, but she also carries a sword in the other hand in case the diplomacy fails, right? So Libra can absolutely fight, but that's not their first inclination. That's not what they really want to do. They'll only do that as a last resort. Libra will always look for the more peaceful, tactful, diplomatic way of handling something before. So that's what I would say, is that this could be a very passive-aggressive week. And I would also say it's a week where you should definitely think before you speak, because Mercury being in retrograde there can really lend to sticking your foot in your mouth, at times being unexpectedly assertive or aggressive, but then other times just sniping and not really saying what's actually bothering you. Instead, you decide, well, I'll just pick at them about this other thing instead of tackling what's really the issue straight on. That's really what this kind of energy leads to. And so I'd be very careful with all of that. You know, if you're doing review work, if you're doing energetic work, or you know, kind of going back in your mind and working through some things, it's a great week for apologies. It's a great week for saying you're sorry or mending bridges, guys, because we are reviewing. Anytime Mercury is in retrograde, and there's that little RX, right? We always have the R behind the sign if it's in retrograde. But, you know, it's a time when anything that we're reviewing, revising, rethinking, reworking, all of those things are very blessed. If you're trying to do something brand new or forge a path that's new, it's not good for that. But if you're trying to tie up loose ends, make amends for something, review, revise, rework, all of those rewords apply during a Mercury retrograde. So if something has been successful for you in the past, do it again. Do it again this week. We've got our retrograde still for the next 10 days. That will go direct on the 18th, so just keep that in mind. The moon this evening is actually in Scorpio. No wonder I'm feeling kind of tired and ready to take a nap. You know, that can lead to those sort of deep, intense inner feelings. Venus has just gone into the sign of Sagittarius, and Venus in Sagittarius is very open. It's very truthful, and so it kind of creates an interesting dynamic between all this Libra energy going on down here, because Sagittarius is well known for saying things that maybe they shouldn't have said, being a little more truthful than they should be. It also makes people embrace more of the energy of the player. You know, in dating or in social engagements, people tend to really enjoy the chase a little bit more than the keeping, right? So just keep that in mind as well this week, in your personal relationships or adventures thereof. Um, let's go ahead, guys. Those are more interpersonal planets, you know. So that's what I'm looking at right there. We are in a new moon, waxing moon. I'm just going to do one collective for everyone who is just joining. I'm extremely tired, guys. I've got a bit of a headache. I really want to just go to sleep. Honestly, like I'm just like, so I'm just doing one collective reading instead of tackling all 12 of the signs. Hey there, Krista. Hey, Moonchild. Good to see you all. Let me go ahead and get into this. We're just going to do a collective general love reading for all of us here and whoever may feel led to this video. And we're going to focus a little bit on love and whatever messages Spirit wants to bring through to us. So dear angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides, please let's see what we have for our collective, all of our signs, all of our people. Anything that you want to bring up for them, especially in the realm of love and romance. This is our Venus day, our Friday. So anything to do with how we should handle our personal relationships, best things for us to know on how to navigate the energy of this week. Thank you so much. Whoa. Well, okay then. Friendship is coming up as a big deal, guys. Friendship may be a very strong factor in our love relationships this week. For those of my singles out there, oh wow, Moonchild, those are fighting words. Why are you doing that? So friendship is favored. For those, like I said, for those singles out there, you might be looking for love through your friends, or somebody might say, you know what, I just met this person, I think you might be a good match, or you might enjoy hanging out with each other. I would also say that if your friends invite you out this week, definitely take them up on that, because that's where you might meet your true love. That's where you might meet your next sweetheart, or someone that would be very good for you. That's a good message for my singles. And I would also say if you're having any current issues in your relationships, it might be a good time to lean on your friends. Might be a good time to lean on your friends. I don't know about this one, guys. Fertility coming up this week. This could be some of y'all finding out you're pregnant. This could be some of you having very, strong thoughts about starting a family with your significant other. This can also just mean an abundance of loving energy, right? An abundance of love, an abundance of emotion going on inside you that you need to express. Fertile energy is to me like the Empress, and this can be expressed through feeling like I want to create something. So you might really want to create a loving connection this week. So very, very strong energy there. And there's a truth card here too. So I feel like it's very important this week to be truthful in your relationships and love connections. Funny enough, we just talked about that in the astrology. Just talked about that. Sun, Mars and Libra, all at Mercury retrograde. Be careful what you say and how you say it. and always be truthful, right? Don't hold back what you really truly feel. But you know, this could be a week where some people are finding out the truth. They got a baby on the way. So these are some energies that are coming in for the collective for love and romance this week. No matter what your situation in love, lean on your friends for support and take them up on those offers of going out, because that could be where you really connect with and meet somebody good. This could be some really good news. Hey, it might not be you that's pregnant, it might be somebody that you know that is. Because this friendship card in this oracle deck reminds me very much of the Three of Cups. And it really gives me that feeling of celebration, happy news coming in, whether it's from you or from your friends. Very, very nice. So I feel like there's some kind of happy news regarding either the birth of a child or the birth of some new creative project or adventure coming in. And it's very, very clear. This is the Spellcaster's Oracle, Indigo. Yeah. All right, let's get into some tarot for the week. Let's see what we have coming out for us. Very curious. I've been really having some interesting animal encounters. Last night when I was walking, I came around a corner like I always do, and I looked up, and on one of the power lines hanging pretty low down was this big barred owl. I could see this big barrel-shaped shape, you know, on the line. And I knew exactly what it was. As soon as I said there's an owl sitting right there, and that owl was just looking at me, and I was looking at him. And he sat there looking at me for the longest time. I was really surprised he didn't fly off, but he was looking at me, all looking at him. I took a couple pictures of him with my phone. It was really funny. Took a while before he finally flew off, but I love my owls, and they really have been visiting me a lot. And I had a dream about hummingbirds last night. Really cute. 2 hummingbirds. It was a male, female, and a little baby hummingbird in a nest. It was so cute. All right, so we're going to start out. I'm going to use the Angel Wisdom Tarot here. And we're going to see what comes up. Dear angels, please show us what we've got for our love and romance messages this week for the collective. What should we be focusing on? What are our key energies and themes? Ooh, very nice. Oh, I feel like some good new stuff is coming in, y'all. Ooh, love it when it starts out with a super positive card like this. Right at the center, right at the heart of the Celtic cross, guys, is the Star card. Oh my goodness. Hopes, dreams, wishes being granted, feeling like the sun is coming back out after a lot of long dark nights. Have faith that the future is bright, dreams are coming true, positive changes that bring an end to challenging times, at the light at the end of the tunnel. Strong Aquarius energy. So this could be some strong messages for my Aquarians out there, or those that have strong Aquarius placements in your chart. You also could be dealing with or involved with an Aquarius. But overall, this is a card of freedom, liberation, hope being restored after challenging times. So I love it when we start our reading out with something super positive like that. Let's clarify the star. Let's get a little bit more info on this guy. Four of Pentacles, clarifying. So you know what I feel about this, and this especially is true because of the past position. I'll show you that in just a second. But we have this Four of Pentacles, and so I just kind of feel like this is a week where maybe a lot of us are having a hard time believing that better times are coming, because this Four of Pentacles, it's not necessarily bad times, but it's kind of like scarce times, or a feeling of it being scarce. So especially when it comes to love or money, a lot of us have been feeling like we've had to be so careful with our heart, so careful with our resources, that when things start to get better, we're like, can I trust it? Can I really let go and open up and let that in? And, you know, coming from the past position for us is the Five of Pentacles, guys. So I do feel like, you know, since this is for the collective, it just gives me this feeling that a lot of folks have really been feeling this, you know, fear of scarcity, this fear of loss. And since this is more love-based, for some of you, it could be finances, right? For some of you, you might be saying, yeah, I've been feeling that in the realm of money, like there just isn't quite enough. And in the realm of love, it's like there isn't quite enough, or I feel cut off, or I feel like I can't access that deeper level of love and connection and commitment that I've been desiring. Let's get a clarifier, please, on the Five of Pentacles. It's just interesting. We got the 4 in the center clarifying the star, and the 5 of Pentacles in the past position. So it just really gives me this feeling like no matter how good the news is this week, it's hard to believe it. It's hard to open up to it. And I feel like in this immediate past, yeah, a lot of us have just been kind of hermity. Like we just haven't been going out. We have been, you know, almost making that choice to not get involved. And that's not always a good thing. Sometimes it's a really positive thing, you know, to take time for yourself. The Hermit energy is the Virgo, you know, major arcana power card. And so it really is about self-healing. And for some of us, we've really needed to do that. But you don't want to do it for too long and cut yourself off from source entirely, right? Or cut yourself off from others. Going into the immediate future, we have the Knight of Swords. So I do feel as this week progresses, we will be coming out of a lot of that stasis, because the Knight of Swords is definitely movement. It's mental movement. It's conversations getting going again. It's very strong air element, you know, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So I feel like there's a lot of air energy here in this reading this week. The Knight of Swords for me is the card that I always say, it's that classic, like, speak your truth even if your voice shakes, right? Even if you're nervous, speak your truth. And our truth card did really come out, you know, be honest, you know, but also pay attention to your timing. Sometimes, you know, what you say to someone's going to be much better received if you do it at the right time. It's the way it is. Timing is a thing. And look at that, Page of Swords. Yeah, very strong Gemini energy coming in with this. A lot of air energy. It's all the Libra too, because Libra is an air sign. We got an abundance of that this week. So, you know, I would say that this is certainly a week of communication. Like I started out with the astrology, it's a huge week where communication is really important. The way that you say it, when you say it, how you say it. Think about what you say before you put it out there. Think about how you're saying it before you put it out there. That's going to make all the difference in the way that information is received and shared. And I would also say the Page of Swords can be such a little gossip sometimes, right? That's the negative side of that card. So please don't buy into gossip. Don't listen to idle troublemakers. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. You might want to avoid the social media, which I definitely do, because it just seems to be no end of drama. And that's something you want to end. You just don't want to bring that in this week. On the bottom, subconscious position. What's going on? We got the Hermit card coming up again, guys. Hermit card twice this week coming up. Again, could be a very strong message for our Virgos here, you know, because that's y'all's card. So my Aquarians are getting some really big messages. Virgos are getting some really big messages this week. Feels very strong. So go within. There's really that feeling of like seeking, you know, wise counsel, taking time to rest, rejuvenate, heal yourself, pay attention to your routines. But it is that time in peaceful meditation, meaningful solitude. I think for a lot of us this week, this could be just like a hanging out on your own kind of thing. For others, it's not. For others, it's a definite kind of going out and reaching out. But there's a lot of folks that are really, I feel like there's almost two different ways that this is going. It's almost two different ways that this is going. Some of us are going to be more introverted and some more extroverted this week. And, you know, it's that real balance between how much of my time do I give to my social life, my relationship life, and how much time do I take for myself. And the Nine of Cups. Yeah. The people who are doing the hermit this week really are loving it. Like, it's like, I'm staying home. I'm having a little vacation from everyone this week. This Nine of Cups is here. These are in alignment with my wishes, hopes, and desires. So if you feel led to rest, reflect, rejuvenate, take good care of yourself this week, y'all, just do it. I think you're going to feel so much better if you do. And it's going to give you a good start. It's going to give you, I would even say like the next 10 days, you know, till we get to that Mercury direct. It's you know, don't worry about it. We're in the middle of coming out of a lot of retrogrades. Not only is Mercury going retrograde in 10 days, we also have Jupiter and Saturn going direct within that same period of time. So there's a whole lot of things coming out of hibernation. And so it's fine. It's fine. If this next 10 days or so feels like trudging through the mud, just chill out. That's probably why I'm feeling just like, oh, tonight, guys. I am just, you know, it's like, just go to sleep. That pillow is calling my name. I love my pillow. Just, you know, ever since I was a kid, I've always loved my pillow. It's my friend. On the top, crowning the spread message from Spirit this week, guys, is the Page of Cups. So I do feel it's not all complete introversion. And I'm just going to say that when it comes to communication, like I said earlier, it's funny how the cards, well, that's why I love doing cards and astrology, because it lines up. What I said is that this could be a great week for apologies. A great week for reconciliation and just kind of smoothing the troubled waters. And that's what the Page of Cups feels to me. Message from Spirit is saying, if you're gonna talk, guys, be freaking nice. Be kind, be forgiving, be accepting, be gentle, generous. This is some beautiful kind of Pisces, you know, Cancer energy here. Don't push the river this week in relationships or communication. There's going to be a lot on your mind because there's all that air energy going on. But it really is this reminder of like, soften the harsh edges, right? Don't be too rough. Everybody's kind of in this review mode. Yeah, there it is. See, Nine of Swords. You know, it's time to reduce and relieve stress rather than add to it, right? Because I get a feeling there's, you know, people's minds are kind of overactive. Some folks have been worrying a lot, not just about love, but also about work, about money, about, you know, habits, health. And so this is not the week to add more stress. If you feel like all you're going to add to somebody's life this week is stress, just shut up. And if they start adding stress to your life, you can tell them to shut up in the nicest way possible. But yeah, you might just say, I can't take this in right now. I can't take this on right now. Exactly. Pluto direct, Moonchild says, Pluto direct gave her a very call me when you're done with your silliness. That's right. Yes. If you want to go be a grump in a hole or sitting on the timeout chair, go do it. Yeah, you don't got time for that this week because this is a week of healing, of reflection, getting ready, really. It's almost a preparatory week of getting ready for a lot of good forward movement in our planetary alignments. So let's get a suggested approach on how to deal with this fun time. You know, this week or two, when we got that week or two before a lot of planets go direct, it always is just like, It's like the ten of wands. You're just making that last trip up the hill with those darn sticks, and you just know it's almost done. That heaviness is about to relieve itself. And we are building up as well to the Aries full moon on the 20th. Very, very nice, which I'm looking forward to, because that starts our lunar cycles all over again when it goes into that first sign of Aries. All right, suggested approach, please, Spirit. Yeah, 9 of Cups is coming out here again. We got a lot of doubles in this reading, a lot of nice synchronicity. I love to see that. So, yeah, think about what your wishes, hopes, and dreams are, honestly, for the next 7 months. Like, what's coming up the next 7 months? Because we're coming out of stagnation, a lot of stagnation. And that's going to trigger 7 months direct for Jupiter, for Saturn, for Pluto. And so to me, this is the suggestion. Think really, write a list. This is a great manifesting week, because even though we got a lot of retrograde planets, we are in a new moon cycle right now. We are in that waxing moon. We're building things up. So even if you're not taking a lot of action this week, this is a great time to sit down, write a list of what you want to manifest, because your wishes and hopes and dreams are really coming up. It's like, what is it that I truly desire? This is that 9 of Cups. It's not yet the 10, right? So it's like prepping for the 10, getting ready for it. And the Hierophant, yeah, I mean, this is like really what you want to realize, because the Hierophant is Taurus energy, guys. It's grounded, it's solid. What do you want to devote yourself to? I always think of that with the Hierophant, right? It's a card of devotion, commitment, not just to the physical path, but the spiritual path too. Where is your spirit really leading? What is it that makes you feel really good when you're doing it? Like, what job do you love the most? What relationships do you love the most? What spiritual path do you enjoy the most, right? If you're still seeking and, experimenting on that, path. Let's see what we've got for our what you need to know. What do we need to know this week? What do we need to know? What's a little extra advice? The what you need to know is usually sort of just that little tip of, how it's coming in, how it's breaking down. It's the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. There is movement. You need to know that things are going to move when it's time, right? Even if it feels slow for some of us right now, when we might feel very restless, hang in there. Don't let that get to you too bad, right? Because that Knight of Wands can be super restless. Like, I want to go, I want to go. It'll go. Just give it a minute. The wheels are just starting to get moving again. Yeah, there's a lot of fire. I think there's some people out there that just need to know they got to cool their jets just a little bit. Knight of Wands, 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is, very assertive. Like I said, we can have a lot of that assertive energy, but it doesn't always go anywhere this week because the energy just isn't there for it. So be very careful again. Don't fight battles that you can't, that aren't going to go anywhere. And I hate to say it, but, when Mercury is in retrograde, arguments just kind of fizzle out. They go nowhere, and you end up saying, what were you even arguing about, right? The energy just isn't there. So don't start fights, and don't engage in them if people start to try them, get in them with you. It's just a waste of energy, and it's not gonna accomplish anything. I'm all about having a good argument if it accomplishes something. But if it ain't gonna accomplish anything, it's a waste of time. Let's get into the hopes and fears. What are our hopes and fears this week for the collective? I can hear Moonchild laughing on this one already. The Emperor is the hopes and fears, our Aries card, right? I think that the hope is we want to get going. We want to get things happening. We do. And we want to take that leadership position and go forward and get what we want. And what our fear is right now this week is that it won't happen because it's been sluggish for a while. And so we're worried, that, oh gosh, I want to go out and seize the day and get what I want, But I feel like the wheels are never going to turn. Don't worry. They're going to turn, guys. They're going to turn. But I think that that's something that is kind of a collective worry that, oh gosh, is it ever going to get moving? Yes, it will. Don't you worry. By the end of this month, by Halloween time, it's going to feel different. It's going to feel very different. Yep. This reading's great. Hopes and fears positions, the Emperor, clarified by the Eight of Swords. So let me tell you, people are all up in their head in some kind of way about worrying, about taking action, getting ahead, going forward, coming out of stagnation. And the Eight of Swords is all about that, you know, self-imposed limitation, right? So let me tell you, it's more about how fast or how much you allow yourself to go forward than anyone else. Nobody else is holding you back here. No one else is telling you you can't go. You're the one that's kind of like, I don't know if I can. So check yourself lest you wreck yourself. Don't make it about someone else. That's a big thing with that combo right there. It's you've got the power. With the Emperor, you've got the power because that's the individual. The Emperor energy, the Aries energy is I am. Who am I? What am I here to do? What's my life path? What's my identity? Nobody else can give that to you but you. So don't misplace any of your frustrations on other people. Really mind your own business. Look at your own energy. Look at your own pathway. And if you feel trapped, if you feel stuck, you got to unstick yourself. Let's get an outcome on this week. For our collective reading here, this is a great read. Glad we did it like this tonight. That's good. Yeah, there will be movement. There will be movement this week. And I think especially by the end of the week. Look at that. We've got the Chariot card. But this is a victory of the subconscious because it is the Cancer energy, right? It is that Cancer card. So I feel like, you know, this can be those rewards that come from hard work and determination, perseverance. It's successfully balancing those inner emotions and feelings. Creating more peace in the home. That would be a side message of the Chariot to me because the Cancer realm is the home realm. I do feel like it's going to be a good week. I do. I feel like it's going to be quite a positive week. We just have to remember a few things as we go through the energy of it. It's a lot of preparation. Yeah, and a lot of balance. A lot of rebalancing. Look at that. This is a week of balance, guys. Two of Pentacles. Have more fun this week. Lighten up. Oh, that's such a thing. And I tell you, us Capricorns, we need to hear that all the time to lighten up because we are heavy. We can be very heavy. And that Two of Pentacles tells us it's time to have more fun, right? Especially if things have become very heavy, very burdensome, tiresome, all that. If the energy feels like it's dragging, you know, that Chariot is about balance of the personal emotions, and the Two of Pentacles is about balance of our priorities, our finances, and the way we handle our work every day. Really good read, guys. So on the bottom of the deck, we've got the 10 of Cups, which to me is just, you know, there's that 10 that we were looking for. We had the 9 of Cups twice in this read. Like I said, we're preparing for the 10 of Cups, the ultimate happiness. But this is a week that I really think we need to get very clear about what it is that we want first. You need to know what your hopes and wishes are so that you can really bring them forward. And we've got the Knight of Swords again. We had that, a lot of doubling up in this week. Knight of Swords came out twice. And, you know, again, the mind energy, the mental energy is really running kind of away with us a little bit this week. So really, the Hermit card twice in this reading. Yeah. Take some time out, relax, reflect. Don't say things you think you're going to regret later. This is a good read. It's Time to be kind, be gentle, be compassionate with yourself and others. Don't take out your frustrations on them if you feel like you're not moving fast enough. Weed your own garden, as it were. Yes. It's always important. We can't control anyone else's garden anyway. We can only control ours. I'm constantly telling people this. A lot of our frustration comes from trying to get other people to do something. And we can only do so much. We can put it out there and ask for it. If we don't get it, it's the universe telling us to wait. Yes, the Moonchild. She said 2 hermit cards. Yeah. That means chill out. Hermit card means chill out, reflect, take good care of yourself, check your habits, your routines. Are you eating good? Are you sleeping enough? All that. Yeah. Now, I think we got a couple of personal readings to do. We had a couple of donations earlier. I think one of them was Carmela, maybe? And the first one, can't remember who it was. Somebody's going to know. Because if those are for a personal question, I'll go ahead and start those. We have at least two folks. And thank you, Krista, for your donation as well. Silver Star was first. No, David, it's not a full moon yet. Oh, okay, Silver Star, no problem. How about Carmela? Is she wanting to do a personal read? If she is, I'll put her down. We'll go ahead and do that. If she's here in the chat still, that might have just been a donation. Sometimes people just donate, which is nice too. Thank you. I appreciate any and all of it. It's tiring, David, right now. For Capricorns, I'll tell you why you're feeling so sleepy and so, because Saturn, our ruling planet, is going direct in, like, what day is it? It's very close. Let me get my list of the planetary movements. I always make my list at the beginning of the month. Oh, yeah. In just 2 days, guys. In just 2 days, we've got Saturn moving direct this Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Carmela. Aww. I'm going to pull you just a few oracle cards anyway, just to, like, cheer you up a little. And I think that was Tasha. Thank you, Tasha, for that $25. Thank you. Let me know if you had questions you want to ask. That's like the best, one of the best feelings in the world, though, David. Face down in the pillow. Oh my God. Best feeling. It's just so cozy with the blankets over you. So delightful. All right, Spirit, let me just get 3 oracle cards for our Carmela, just to give her a little bit of a cheer up. Aww. This is a nice one, Carmela. We've got passion, beauty, and animals. I would spend some time checking out some beautiful aesthetic animals or the natural kingdom. If there's especially like certain animals you have a real passion or interest for, that could just be very like healing, restorative, just make you feel really good. Like if you love tigers or if you love elephants or if you love, you know, dolphins or whatever, look and see if you can find like a good National Geographic special or something and watch something about the animals. That's gonna make you feel good this weekend. or if you have pets, you know, or animals in your life that you love, this is a great time to spend time with them. Maybe grooming them, literally, right? You know, because there's that beautification of the animals, right? Might be time to brush their fur or give them a nice bath or trim their nails. Very cool cards. But that I think is going to help just give you a little bit of a boost. So I missed did Tasha say she had questions? Oh, Moonchild, you're hilarious. It doesn't count if you don't wake up with drool all over the pillow. That's when you know you really slept well. That's when you know you really slept well. Oh, that's great. Yeah, Carmela, your cats, cat and dog videos. Your cats are filling your mood. Yeah. It might be a time to like just give them a little brushing. I have a little tradition with my mom's cat upstairs. It's really funny. I call it brush and snack. Like first I'll brush her and then I give her a snack and she loves it. Like she comes after me. She'll be like, meow, meow, and she wants me to brush her and give her a little snack. So we have our little ritual. It's called brush and snack. Cats love it. They love their little routines like that. They're funny. I'm actually bunny sitting for a dear friend of mine. She has 2 rabbits, and I have 2 rabbits. Actually, I have 3 rabbits. Sometimes I forget about Petey. I'm sorry, Pete, but he's so old and he sleeps all the time. So it's like he's there. He's just not like up in my face all the time. Um, so I'm bunny sitting this weekend, and yesterday I spent a bunch of time snuggling with her bunnies, and they're just so cute. She has this really big bunny named Stella, and Stella is like Stella. She's huge. She's a big bunny, and I love her. She's just this big snuggly bun, and I just sat there with her, snuggling on her and talking to her, scratching her face yesterday. She's got big ears too. She's really great. Hey, Yugi. Oh, no problem. We're kind of having a short night tonight. I'm really tired, so I just did a collective reading for us. It was really good. It was really good. Yeah, the glove. They like the grooming gloves. Those are great. Yes. Mm-hmm. Those are really good, especially for pets that don't like dealing with a brush. I have a really good grooming comb for my bunnies, but they like just, you know, to be pet with like a glove that just helps get the excess fur off. But yeah, I love bunny sitting. It's fun. Take care of the bunnies. Bunny boarding. Um, so yeah, we're just doing some personal questions right now, Yi, until like we all pass out. Because I think we're all kind of tired. I think we're all kind of sleepy tonight. Oh, I hope so, Yi. I will, you know, I'm right now, as of now, yes, I'm definitely planning to do my Sunday live stream as usual. But I'm definitely just paying good attention to my personal energy right now. And, you know, the collective reading, we had 2 hermit cards. So I just feel like Spirit's kind of telling us all to just kind of like chill. Absolutely. You can ask a question Sunday. You can. And you know, I get in here as much as I can. So if you miss me one time, I'll be around again. Don't worry. I am looking forward to that full moon in Aries. I just feel like that's such a nice like, you know, reset. And we're off by a month, right? You know, normally this would be full moon in Taurus. Because usually, you know, our full moons normally they'd been coming later into the month. And so it would have been, you know, Scorpio Sun Taurus moon. But we had 2 back-to-back Aquarius full moons this summer, which was wild. was crazy. It's the strangest thing I've seen like in forever as an astrologer. You know, because we had that the first Aquarius moon was that it was at 1 degree of Aquarius, the first, you know, first beginning of it. And then the next month I looked at the chart and I said, wait, we're getting another Aquarius full moon. It's just at the last degree. Such a strange experience this year. The moon has just shifted up. I think we all are, Carmela. We all really want to see some coming out of stagnation, and we really want to, you know, get a feeling of, you know, kind of that traction again, you know, instead of just sort of spinning your wheels. Ah. No, it's not to do with the global warming. The planetary movements and stuff. That's nope. That's just it's you know, it's lag in the degrees. It's a change up of degrees. It really, that's all it has to do with. Um yeah, I've had the worst allergies, guys. That's why I haven't been burning sage and sweetgrass like the last couple lives, because I just like my nose can't handle it. We got a lot of ragweed right now. We've got a lot of allergens, and I took a long walk last night. I know that that's why I'm feeling like this today. I know. I did it to myself, but it was worth it because I had a good walk and I saw an owl. It was fun. And then, you know, on the 30th, the day before Halloween, Mars will be going into Scorpio. And, you know, Scorpio is not a bad place for Mars. It's not. It's intense. It's intense as heck, but it's not bad because, you know, Scorpio used to be ruled by Mars, right? Still kind of is. And so Mars can definitely get going in that sign. Yeah, it's not to that point. Silver Star is not like, you know, I can't breathe or something, but oh, the allergies. Yeah, it just mostly watery nose, watery eyes, and, you know, sneezing more frequently. Oh, the bunnies, yes. The bunnies are soft. The bunnies are amazing. They're so sweet, so good. I don't know if that was the donation from Tasha was just a donation or if she wanted a reading or not. I hadn't heard back from her, so I'm just kind of waiting to see. Yeah, Moonchild. I don't know. I take a little bit of liquid Zyrtec, um, like every other day, and that helps take off the edge. That takes a lot of the edge. All frequencies. Yeah, if you get bunnies, let me know. I've got great bunny advice. My oldest rabbit is almost 15, so I've been keeping my bunnies. I know I've picked up a lot of rabbit advice about, you know, keeping them as pets over the years. Obviously, if I've got an almost 15-year-old rabbit, I'm doing something right. The teeth? Oh, you don't have to do anything to rabbit teeth. I don't do anything to their teeth. Just feed them right, and their teeth will be fine. You know, give them things to chew on, like willow baskets and, you know, apple twigs and things like that. They'll be fine. They love chewing on boxes too, boxes and anything like cardboard, paper. Um, yeah, their teeth are usually just fine. You don't have to brush them or anything. Rabbits are vegetarian, so they don't get funky breath. Oh, okay. When your guinea pigs watch the teeth and nails. Well, I do trim my bunny's nails. I do need that sometimes. But I've never had an issue with bunnies biting or any of that stuff. Okay, Tasha. Yeah, well, you know, here I'll tell you something. If you had a blunder at work or a mistake at work, here's what I will tell you straight up as an astrologer. I wouldn't worry too much about it because many times when something gets messed up in a retrograde, it'll correct itself after the retrograde is over. And the other wonderful thing about that is that everybody else is just as confused as you are. That's a fabulous thing about retrogrades. If you're confused, don't worry, because everybody else is too. They're just as fuzzy as you are, so don't worry too much. That's what I would say about it, honestly. If you're looking for a time to file back taxes or do some kind of paperwork that you're, hoping nobody looks at too in detail because you're not sure if you got it right or not, Mercury retrograde is your friend. Because everybody's brain is foggy. They're like, yes, it looks right. Sure. Yeah, whatever. Put it through. It's fine. I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious about this. I've seen it happen. I've seen it work out many times in life. Exactly. The funniest part about Mercury retrograde is watching all the people out there who don't know what's going on and watching them kind of fumble over themselves and make all these mistakes and they don't know. And they're like, why is everything so crazy? And I'm like, oh yeah. Keep your sense of humor. Helps us keep our sense of humor during retrograde. All right. Yes, for legal reasons, this is not financial advice. The Moonchild says, the disclaimer. In Minecraft, right? Oh, that's good. David said he read Brain, and he read it as Brian, and he's like, who's Brian? Brian Scrambles. Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Oh my goodness, y'all are too funny. All right, Tasha, let's see what we've got for you. I'm going to do, you gave me a nice big donation, so let's get you a nice big reading. How about that? Let's see what we have got. Yeah, Silver Star, exactly. That's the kind of thing. He's starting to fall over because of his phone. He's like, yeah. Yeah. That's a typical retrograde thing. And phones not working, plans falling through, stuff needing to be rescheduled. I remember years ago when I worked as a receptionist in a hair salon, and oh my goodness, it was like during those retrogrades, we had more people calling to cancel, reschedule, change things around. It was always like I knew it was coming. And I was like, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of this. Get your pencils, get your eraser out. We're going to be erasing and rewriting a lot of things on the book. All right, Tasha, let's see what Spirit's got for you for this week or so ahead. Coming up, dear angels, ancestors, and guardians. Let's see what we have for our dear Tasha here. What's she got going? What's she got going on this week, especially around work? Anything that might need to be fixed or repaired at work. If there's any ramifications around what she feels is going on. Let's see what we have on that too. Interesting. So this week we got that friendship card. Interestingly enough, because that friendship card came out for the collective reading. It's obviously a big deal this week. We got friendship, and we got empowerment, and we've got travel. So there's some movement going on. I feel like everything's going to be all right. I feel like the more that you can connect with other people, even if you're not like super friends, with your coworkers, you don't have to be. But if the connections are friendly, right? And you kind of go, oh, I think I might have messed up. Can you help me out? Or just ask them, take a double look at this. I'd really appreciate your opinion. That can go a long way this week. But I do feel like things are going to be okay. And you're getting a sense of empowerment this week. And the travel card is honestly, like a lot of times it's movement, It's a lot of movement. Thinking outside the box, right? Even if you're not physically traveling or planning travel, there is that feeling of movement with the travel card, right? So I think it's honestly okay. And we do have the card of new beginnings too. So I wouldn't take it too heavy. I wouldn't take it too heavy. I think if you can just enlist the help of some folks, you know, in your circle, on your team, it'll be fine. That's the feeling I get with that. But let's look deeper into your tarot this week. Let me see what we have for Tasha, please. I always like to shuffle these real good too. You definitely got work on your mind. My goodness, honey. You remind me of me. Got work on your mind. Right in the center, 8 of Pentacles. Definitely an element of learning and teaching. Take it one day at a time. You know, just work on things that come to you each day. Don't stress out too much about the future. That's a big one with this card. And just, you know, attention to detail. Attention to detail. I would say too, of course, with the Mercury retrograde, you want to double check your work. You want to double check your work as much as possible. And yeah, sometimes the 8 of Pentacles can mean you're talking to somebody that either knows a little bit more about something than you, you know, getting their advice or their help. Or someone might be getting your advice and your help as well. Yeah, because I mean, you're working hard, and I almost feel like you might be working too hard, Tasha, with this 10 of Wands, because that can be, you know, stress and strain. It's also a burdensome cycle coming to an end. So I feel like some of your work worries are getting better this week, and they're not going to be quite as heavy as the energy progresses. But you really might need a little extra time to just rest and relax, because a 10 of Wands can sometimes be overwork. Immediate past, yeah, there's been a lot of confusion, and like you said, you had like a mix-up or a blunder at work, and it might have just simply been because you were trying to take on too much at once, because the 7 of Cups is a lot of different options, a lot of different things that you have all going on at once. So sometimes it can be a little tough. You might need to simplify more going into the future. That'll help you, you know, avoid that sort of situation again. Yeah, just slow it down a little bit, because the Knight of Pentacles, you know, I feel like you might have been a little confused and something got, you know, the wires got crossed, and then you kind of slowed down with the Knight of Pentacles and said, uh-oh, I think I messed something up. Let me go back and check, right? It's that kind of thing. Going into the future, though, it looks really good this week. We got the Wheel of Fortune coming in, and, you know, Jupiter is going direct. This is a Jupiter-ruled card. And Jupiter's going direct on the 17th in about a week. About a week. A little less than, a little bit more. Yeah. It's, yeah, when you have a Mercury retrograde, it really does. We can't always, and I get that. We can't always, but the more that you can either double check your work, double check your messages before you send them, it's very favored. But going into the immediate future, Tasha, the Wheel of Fortune is very positive. I feel like when Jupiter goes direct on Sunday the 17th, that's going to be very positive for you as well, because this is a Jupiter-ruled card. And I believe you're a Scorpio. I believe you're a Scorpio. We got a lot of Scorpios here, but I believe you're a Scorpio. And that's also one of the signs that's very strongly featured in the Wheel of Fortune. And it is about those fresh starts, the end of delays, coming out of stagnation, positive changes. There's also, again, you've got some interesting dynamics where, you know, it can be those new beginnings. You had the new beginnings card on the bottom of that Oracle deck. It also can involve travel. You had the travel card there. Because Jupiter is expansion. It's moving past old limitations or restrictions. Travel restrictions have been crazy. They've been crazy lately. And that might be starting to change, you know, as Jupiter comes out of retrograde. You know, we start to get better with travel regulations. The Lovers card, clarifying the wheel. Um, Good decisions, good communication, better communication coming in, better personal alignments, right? Because the Lovers isn't just romantic love, it's also good relationships, good coworker relationships. It's Gemini energy, so it's all about the way we talk, think, and connect. So I feel like this is very positive, like not just for the week ahead, but maybe even beyond, because this really to me speaks to that 7 month cycle of Jupiter coming out of retrograde motion. Yeah. So it could be really good in love. It could be good in work life. Subconscious position. King of Pentacles. I know you think about work so much, Tasha, and boy, it's showing up right here. I mean, this is your subconscious focus big time. Like, you really want to have this stability. You want to do good work. You want to be reliable, accountable, all of those good things. Like, you're really rooted. You're really rooted in this. And it is a time. You're very focused on success, you know, and prosperity. You're a good person to work with and for, right? Let's get a clarifier on this King of Pentacles for you. Yeah, High Priestess. And I like this too because it's like you're really listening to your intuition at the same time. It's not just about practical, logical work. You're also listening to your intuition, listen to your perception, right? I think you have a good combination right now going on between the logical, practical side and also your intuitive, sensitive side. Like, you can pick up on the feelings around you or in your workspace. That's really good. Then on the top, crowning the spread, we got our renewal card, same as Judgment. And this just taps into, you know, not only your Scorpio rulership, because that's the Pluto card. That's one of Scorpio's power cards in the major arcana. But I always say that the Judgment card is like the higher vibration of the Death card. It's, you know, beyond the transition, beyond the transformation and destruction. It's the resurrection. It's the rebirth. It's the renewal, the resurgence, the new life coming back. And so I feel like Spirit's really kind of giving you this message of new beginnings, new energy coming full circle. Interestingly enough, Pluto just went direct last week. You're getting the Pluto card. Jupiter's going to be going direct. You're getting the Jupiter card. So you're really getting some nice, you know, pings from the universe and from the astrological transits. I think are going to be very helpful for you. This month feels like a turning point. And you're coming into Scorpio season as we go into the later part of the month too. Oh, that's awesome, Nancy. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think that's going to be good. We did a read for it. I think it's going to be very good. And on top of that, Tasha, we have the Eight of Wands. So I just feel like it's coming in very rapidly. This new rebirth, this renewal, this resurrection, Phoenix from the ashes kind of feeling. It's coming in quickly. And there is a lot of communication around you. The Eight of Wands, the Lovers, those are both big communication cards, you know, moving quickly. I like it all. I like all of this. Yay, I know. Well, I knew that would happen, Nancy. I think it's gonna be good though. I think that it's gonna be very healing. Oh, that's good, Tasha. That's awesome. Well, that plays right into that Lovers card then. Let's get a suggested approach for the week. Nice. Very nice. Look at this. I would stay in a real mindset of abundance, prosperity, just, you know, double checking your work to make sure you've kind of got it all together in alignment. But I love seeing this Nine of Pentacles, especially in a woman's reading, a businesswoman, a woman that thinks about her work a lot. This is a very, very positive card to pull for that kind of reading. It really is. It's good in any reading, but especially for like a businesswoman or an entrepreneur, right? Because this is really like a lady who's doing her job. She's working at creating her stability and a happy life, and she's just feeling awesome, right? She's just like, I am in a great place, right? And the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. So that's why it's a suggested approach, because it's like just steady as it goes, take one thing at a time, you know, weed your garden. It's really beautiful, right? Yeah, exactly. Moonchild's even saying the Capricorn in your chart is showing it is the Capricorn, the Virgo, the Taurus, all those earth signs. It's super strong. Yes. Oh my goodness. And so that's a really good feeling. Just slow and steady wins the race, but I feel like you're already stepping into that place of like the next plateau and feeling like things are going up to a better level. So let's get a potential outcome on this week or week ahead. Could be beyond a week. I'm feeling like this reading could resonate this week and beyond, like into the next 7 months of these planetary transits. Well, girl, I don't know what more I can say. This is a fabulous reading. You had the Nine of Pentacles as the suggested approach and the Ten of Pentacles as the potential outcome. So I feel like you're definitely on the right track with work, with the money, with attaining your goals, greater success, greater security. That's about as nice as it gets. Let's see what we have clarifying this Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, and oh my goodness, so funny, right? Look at this. The Devil card on top of it. There's that Capricorn card right there. So I would say the only thing you have to fear is kind of fear itself with this card. And yes, you do have a tendency to overwork. And so those are the only things that could be any negative to this, right? It's sort of just like, don't, enjoy it, because your work is going well, but don't overthink it, don't over worry it, and don't work yourself to the point of utter exhaustion, right? Because the devil's my card. I'm a Capricorn, but we do have a tendency to overwork at times. We do. So just keep it in balance. Yeah, Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So leaving behind difficult times, leaving behind, the old troubles, the old dramas, the old worries and fears, going to the next level, going to a happier, better place. And we do have Justice on the bottom of the second deck. So that's our Libra energy that we're in right now. To me, it's bringing about greater balance. Greater balance. Like I said, don't overwork yourself. Very important. Let's get a Making Magic card, or two. Let's get two. One on the top, one on the bottom of the deck. Let's see which ones come out for you. There could be a love connection somewhere down the road. I mean, we got the Happy Love card coming in, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. We did have that Lovers card in the Wheel of Fortune coming into the future. That's a super, super love card. Yes, it could also point to really good associations, partnerships, all that kind of thing. It could be romantic love too. And on the bottom, we had the self-confidence. So self-confidence is strong self-belief and a sense of worth. So those two things are coming up very strongly for you. Yeah, it has so much to do with just, belief in the self, belief in your own worth, in your abilities. But wow, what a good read tonight for you. It's a good one. Very, very good. All those pentacles, hon. You had the 8, 9, and 10. All of those came out. All those higher numbers. 7, 8, 9, 10. It was pretty cool. And the Capricorn card, of course, because it's like, yeah, enjoy your work, but don't enjoy it too much, because you do need to sleep and eat and laugh sometimes. That's right, Krista. We goats. little devil goats. Good night, Carmela. Yes, I want a face plant on my pillows too soon. I agree. Totally agree with you there, babe. All right, guys. Well, let me know if anyone else has a question. I will take it. If not, we will wrap it up. Cause yeah, I need some sleep. Anybody that's probably been hit in the side by a Capricorn probably knows. Probably does think of the goat as the devil. They're like, oh, goat. There are some bad Capricorns in the world. There's no doubt about that. Some Capricorns are terrible. When I would say, like, when Capricorns go bad, they go really bad. Like, you know, they go really bad. Because it's the polar opposite. You know, Capricorns, when they're in a good vibration, are so awesome that when they're in a bad vibration, they're really awful. There was a video somewhere, I can't remember what it was, and I was commenting about, it was a musician or singer that was a Capricorn, and I said something about them being such a typical Capricorn, and somebody under it posted something about, like, oh, Capricorns, they're totally the worst sign, I can't stand them. And so underneath it, I responded and I said, yeah, well, we've never been that crazy about you either. I was like, we don't like you that much either. There's a lady that has a channel for my Capricorns, for Krista, for David, for any of my goats out there. There's a really funny one, and it's a channel called Heart Capricorn, like a heart, like just spell out the word heart Capricorn. And she's a Capricorn, and all her videos are about Capricorns. Like, she doesn't talk about any other sign. And her videos are hilarious, and they're very accurate. And she's so funny. She's like, anybody that says, you know, that Capricorns are the worst, they probably tried to pull something on the Capricorn, and they didn't get away with it. Because, yeah, if you mess with us, we will take you apart. We don't play. We don't mince words. We will tell you off. And so, yeah, a lot of people think Capricorns are just so cynical, like rough and asshole-ish and all that, you know. But it's really usually because they messed with us. Like, if you got dressed down by a Capricorn, it's probably because you did or said something stupid or nasty, and we came for you. Yeah, because we won't put up with it. Like, we're just like, Don't mess with the Pinky Dragons. Yeah, but check out that channel. It's funny as it can be, because it's just all in for the goats. Like, that's all it's about, which is hilarious. Because if you have, you know, if you're a Capricorn sun, or you have a lot of that sign in your chart, you'll definitely resonate with it. Thank you, Krista. It's good to see you again. It had been a little bit. I hadn't seen you in a while. I know you've been busy. I know. We've all been busy. And tired. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Capricorns get along so much with Scorpios. Scorpios are similar that way. Like, oh yeah. Scorpios. They'll really get you back. You mess with a Scorpio, they'll really get you. Like, Capricorn might just tell you off. A Scorpio will, like, come for your stuff. Like, you don't want to throw down with a vengeful Scorpio. They will come for you. Like, you won't forget it ever. I definitely have more of a tendency to just tell someone off and then completely walk away and they will never hear from me again. Right. Yes. That's more, I would say that's a little bit more Capricorn style. We don't really care so much about revenge. We're just like, whatever. Just leave me alone. That's the best. Just leave me alone. We don't suffer fools very much. No, 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 no. And Scorpios, yeah, I mean, they got the stinger. They're just like you won't forget. You won't forget that tangle. Yeah, I tend to just walk away. I'm not really a very vengeful person in that way, not at all. It's, and I think that's kind of typical for Capricorns. We don't get emotionally invested enough, and even if we are emotional about it, we have this attitude like, why would I give them any more of my time? Because time is always like of utmost value to a Capricorn. Like, we hate wasting money, but we hate wasting time even more. Like, we really don't like that. If we feel like we've put in a lot of time on something or someone and we got nothing back for it, we're just like, what? That's not cool. Like, that's mm-mm. So, yeah. We really, yeah, Capricorn people, we really like to have like return on our investment. And that's not always possible in the real world, It's like, love is never a sure thing. And that's why a lot of times Capricorns are very reticent to get into romantic relationships or even relationships at all, because they're like, I could do all this stuff and put all this time and energy and love and everything into this person, and they might screw me. They might leave. They might this and this and that. That's just not. So that's why Capricorns many times can be very, very uh, tough to get a commitment from. It's not they don't want a commitment. Oh, they want it. Capricorns can commit like nobody else. It's they worry about the other person committing equally. Like, they're just like, well, I can put into this, but will they? And we're, yeah. So a lot of times, Capricorns just, instead of like facing the risk, we just don't even try, and that's not good either. That's where I have a difference, because I do have Venus in Pisces, so that will get me to give love a chance. Yeah. True that, David. And we are very picky. We do a lot of leaving ourselves, no doubt. Capricorns get left, but we also do I do more leaving than getting left in my life, for sure, because it's just like, if people aren't, if they don't, we have high standards. We do, even if we don't seem like it, we do. Capricorns kind of want a sure thing, and there is no sure thing in life. So we just have to do the best we can. Yeah. Yeah. No, and I mean, and not for nothing, David, but sometimes that is a good thing. If somebody's wasting your time or is toxic or is hurting you, you don't want to keep them around anyway. That's never good. It's never good. So, but I like being a goat. It's good. It's very good. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I think we got everybody taken care of tonight that needed a question answered. I think we did that, and we did a good collective. So I'm going to take off and sleep a little bit, I think, because I'm exhausted. And I will hope to be back here on Sunday night. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We are spirit animal readings. Oh, yeah. I agree, David. Yeah, Capricorns do tend to be loners. That's just part of the typical, Capricorn makeup. It tends to be a sign of loners. Capricorns and Aquarians, ooh, and Scorpios, they can all be very lonery. Sagittarians, too. Yeah. Take care, Moonchild. Good to see you, sweetheart. Love to have you here. Always miss you when you're not here. Always love it when you are. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. I'll see you all soon.